What's up?
It's about to get wild.
Today we're talking about our crazy exes. This is actually going to be a few-part series, but today we're thinking about one in particular. For the sake of the video, we're just going to call her Arby, just because she got that roast beef pussy. Alright? But it's not only us. We also have a guest. It's the one, the only, Andy Milanakis. Come on, Andy.
Come on, Andy! Woo, woo, woo! Andy!
He puts cream cheese in his gold locket because this is his show.
He has bees on his head, but don't call him a bee head. Okay. Yeah, that's not Andy. It's the generic version!
Yeah, it's the generic Andy.
I'm Andrew.
Well, his name's actually Max, but we call him Andy, and he calls us Daddy, and Daddy with a vagina, you know, things like that.
So, since Andy is our guest, he's gonna go first about his crazy ex-girlfriend.
She's crazy!
Crazy! Let's go. Tell the story.
Yeah, I forget her name, so we'll just call her Olivia or some shit. But basically, I had this ex who I was dating for about 3 days, and I was on the phone with her for about, like, maybe 4 or 5 hours a day. And on the third day, she said she loved me, and I was kind of freaked out, like, bitch, I don't even know you, so I just kind of...
How do you love me?
How does she love him?
So basically, I broke up with her, and not even 24 hours later, I find out she's fucking my best friend that I've known for 7 years.
His best friend!
For a year.
Sounds like our story.
For a year.
Like a hoe.
Yeah, international hoe, too. Like, I overheard her parents yelling at her, saying how she was talking to some dude from Africa and Brazil and Mexico, and she was smashing my best friend for about a year, and then, like, getting on the phone with me, like, yo, me and Justin just masturbated on the phone for, like, an hour last night.
It sounds like she fucks in more countries than David Dobrik does.
Right? And she was such a cunt. So basically, after about a year, he just got sick of her constant bullshit, and he cheated on her, but then she came to me acting like I should pay her some fucking sympathy, and then she broke down crying. I didn't want to feel like a bad guy, so I got back together with her, and then not even a week later, she fucked my brother, my cousin, my stepdad, my uncle, and my stepdad's friend, all at the same time.
What?
All at the same time?
All at the same time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Honestly, that sounds like one hell of a
Fuck you,
gangbang.
Olivia.
It does.
I hope you step in a puddle with your socks on.
Oh shit. That's a deep threat right there.
Drop the mic.
So, our story is actually the same girl.
Yeah.
Not Olivia, but...
No.
Me and Char over here dated the same girl. I think it's best to start with Char because that's where the whole fucking thing started.
The whole thing started. Now, it doesn't stop with her, is what I'm saying. It
doesn't.
It doesn't stop with her.
It does not.
Every one of my exes have somehow surrounded themselves with this in particular Arby beef and cheddar bitch.
Beefy cheddar, bitch.
So,
Beefy cheddar.
my whole life, we were supposedly friends. Our families were connected. They were close. I, at first, did not like her, ever. But she was a little obsessive, a little possessive, but I was into it. Because, like, if you like me, we were friends forever. I took her finger virginity. Yeah, I was the first one, though.
To get all up in there.
Before it was all cheddary and beefy.
Before that
me.
shit smelled like acid and vinegar.
Yes, way before that. We ignored each other for a while for reasons that, for some reason, I forgot. And I went back, because that's what I do, I go back. And
Can't blame a man.
this bitch, in the beginning of our relationship, was already cheating. I was getting texts from random people that I have never even heard of, with proof that she is cheating.
Proof
Her excuse was always, I was just joking with him.
Okay. Was you joking with me?
Now, at the time, I knew she was cheating, but I had to let it go because, like, I was homeless and I was kind of using her mama, so I needed her. But,
I get it. I get it. I do.
But then they drove me crazy to the point where I had to now be put into the hospital, which is, I don't like to talk about that. Crazy! And this bitch, I was there for quite some time. She did not once try to call me, and she visited me once, and the person who brought her was the person that she was cheating on me with. The person that she was cheating on me with was one of my closest friends.
What? Wait, was this me?
Not you.
Oh, alright. Alright.
Another one of my closest friends. Crazy. Now, Dan and I lost contact for a while because he got into some trouble back in the day.
I got arrested a few times and we got separated.
And thank God for a football game, we found each other again.
Craziest way to find each other again.
Right?
Worst time to catch up with him because Arby's was there. He needed some fuck, I guess.
And she was a redhead and I was into redheads.
You want some fun?
Pretty much, my relationship was done after I went into the hospital. That was all I had. I got out of the hospital, I took all my shit from her mom's, and I was out. But then, their story starts.
So, she tried to tell me, alright, like, me and Char were talking about possibly banging her together, and there was, like, a point where, like, we were like, okay, well, they're about to break up, so Char's like, no, it's okay. And then she told me that they broke up, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll give it, like, a week or so just to make sure. And I gave it a week, and, like, I didn't see them together. So I was like, okay, so it might actually be true. So we, like, started walking around and shit, and I ended up screwing her on a baseball field. And I found, like, the next day, Char comes to pick me up for band practice, and she's sitting in the front seat. And I'm like, hold up. Hold the phone, bitch. You told me that y'all broke up, and the look that she gave me was like, yeah, we're still together. And I'm like, the fuck? This bitch. Alright. So then they actually broke up and Charles like, go for it, Dan. So I'm like, alright, well, I just need as much fuck as I can get right now.
Pause. When he says, I said, go for it, Dan, in his head he meant, go for it, Dan. My words were, do whatever the fuck you want, Dan. Which means, I really don't want you to touch that. But he did anyway. Scrabble, scrabble, scrabble. Continue.
But, like, I was with her for 3 weeks, a total of 3 weeks, and in those 3 weeks, Arby ended up fucking 6 other guys, including one of my friends. And I asked him about it because he was like, oh yeah, by the way, I fucked her. And I'm like, when was this? And he told me it was like 2 days after we started dating. 2 days. How? No! Shit don't work like that, boo-boo. Shit don't work like that.
Boo-boo.
So you know what I did? I dumped her ass. And you know what she tried to pull?
I'm pregnant.
The same thing all bitches pull. I'm pregnant. Bitch, I got a very low chance of getting you pregnant. So when I hear I'm pregnant, I'm like, oh shit, I might actually end up being lucky enough to have a kid. This bitch going off and telling another motherfucker that she's pregnant with his kid while she's telling me it's my kid. So,
like,
that's how we started our
babies do you
Facebook
have
page
at
called
once?
Who the Fuck is Steve? Because this motherfucker was Steve.
And now, can we just express that it wasn't just him and who the fuck is Steve? It was another guy that she was telling. She was pregnant with their kid.
Hold the phone. So it was me, it was Steve. What was the other guy, Dan?
Another Dan.
What the fuck is wrong with this bitch? I'm Dan. I'm the only motherfucking Dan. There's no other Dan. But apparently this caveman Dan got her pregnant too. So, whose fucking kid is it? I mean, we know you have DNA from like 300 fucking dudes in you.
Who's the father, ho?
Who the father? And it turns out, she wasn't pregnant. At all.
Not even slightly.
What? So, me and Char ended up going to her apartment the one day because she refused to talk to me after telling me that she was pregnant with my kid. So I went there to see what was going on. They called the fucking cops on us because I wanted to know what was going on with what might be my kid. Like, I would refuse to be a deadbeat dad because of what I grew up with. We got there, they called the police on us, and she said, yeah, this guy and his cousin are out here harassing me, and because Charlie's black, okay, you see his skin complexion, and do you see mine, okay? Ooh. They thought that his fiance was my cousin, because she's white, and I'm white. That pissed off Charlie. It pissed him off a lot. I mean, it pissed me off too, but it was kind of funny seeing Charlie's reaction. She wasn't pregnant. While we were together, it was like Halloween season type deal, and she ended up going on like a haunted hayride with the Who the Fuck is Steve guy, her family, and a couple other people, and she was talking to me while she was there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't think anything of it. And then I saw that she was tagged in the post with the Steve guy, and I was with my aunt working at one of her little booths. Like, she makes bows and stuff that she sells, and she came to see me for like 20 minutes. She had on my hat and everything, and then she gave me my hat back. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I went to give her a kiss, and she pulled away because her friend was there, and she's like, I'm sick, I don't want to get you sick. And I was like, I told you from the beginning, if you're sick, I'm gonna get sick with you, because that's just how I am. And I heard her friend saying something about, are we going to Steve's yet? And I didn't think anything of it, because I'm like, it might be a friend, okay? She has another friend there, like, she might be trying to get some dick. But
it was not the friend getting dick, it was Arby's.
It was Arby getting dick. What a fucking bitch.
What a slut.
She's a slut.
What a hoe.
She's a bitch, she's a slut, she's a hooker, she's a whore. Every minute of the day.
And if your mom is watching this, you fucked up.
Hard. Like, you fucked up worse than this thing.
Well, thank you all for listening. This is the end of the video.
Hello and goodbye.
Wait. Is Dan gonna taser me?
If you want.
He offered.
You guys heard it.
See you next Tuesday. Stay so you can watch him get tased.
He's gonna get tased.
And he's gonna get tased.
Oh god. No.
Pull up your sleeve, Max.
Oh god. Ah! Oh man.
Oh, bitch.
Oh god.
Round 2.
Dude. Yeah.
Round 2? You might want to remove that arm since you have a metal plate in that one.